Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be sharing the Dreams of Gaia Tarot with you all. This is created by Ravynne, and she did the artwork and she also wrote the guidebook as well. She's done all of the work on this deck herself. Many of you know how much I love her oracle decks, various oracle decks that she's provided artwork for, but her messenger oracle cards have been really a beautiful part of my personal practice and also in my work as a reader and a healer. So I have waited for this deck to be published for, I don't know, I think it took Ravynne 8 years or something like that. It took her a long time to finish this work, but it's been well worth the wait. And I decided that I would do this as a review instead of a reveal because I have been waiting for this for so long, and the initial experience with the deck was deeply personal for me. So I felt it would be best to just share this as a review, and so that's what we're going to do together tonight while I'm filming this. The deck itself is a little bit pricier. It's published by Blue Angel. It's pricier than their oracle decks typically are, but you have to remember that you're getting 81 cards with this in a full-size guidebook. I would say that the guidebook depth and size is very similar to Phantasmagoria by Ian Daniels. So you're getting a real guidebook with this, and you're also getting 81 cards as opposed to 78, and it comes, as you can see, packaged in this beautiful box, which I know you can see it backwards on this. Sorry guys, it's just the way it is, but you can see that you get this beautiful artwork on the box itself. And then, and I have to flip this because I had it upside down, sorry guys. The back of the box says, "A Tarot for a New Era." You can see how scuffed up it is because it's been going everywhere with me. The philosophy of the Dreams of Gaia Tarot is simple: to seek, to feel, to grow, to heal. This deck will strengthen your connection to your divine self whilst helping you to identify and heal past experiences that hold you back from living to your fullest potential. Learn to recognize when times of growth and change are approaching and face them with confidence and a sense of anticipation. Learn when to take action and when to be still. Learn to trust in your intuition. By offering structure in the form of a major and minor arcana like that of past tarots, but combining them with bold new archetypes, symbology, and meanings more suited to the present, the Dreams of Gaia Tarot allows for a more personal, intimate, and effective system for using cards as a roadmap to navigate your life path. Embark on this extraordinary journey of undoing, of being and becoming, and be inspired by the knowledge that all that manifests in your future is born of choices you make today. So there are 81 cards in the deck as opposed to a traditional 78 card tarot deck. It's loosely based on the Rider-Waite-Smith system, but as she says, she's added new archetypes and mythology and symbolism that can assist us on our present day journey as well. So this is the guidebook. It's beautiful. It's that nice soft texture. And then this is the back: to seek, to feel, to grow, to heal. I just love this image. And then the guidebook itself, you get keywords, then a key phrases section, which is really good for journal prompts. And then, at least a page or so, like for the major arcana, there's a couple pages for each card. So you're getting a lot of information. And because she is not working with the tarot traditionally, she absolutely gives you plenty of wisdom to be able to understand how the deck is meant to be worked with. It's very in-depth and beautiful. And like I said, there's lots of opportunity for journal prompts within this guidebook. There are a couple of card spreads, as you can see here, not just your basics. And then I'm going to read to you a little bit about the structure. The major arcana, so there's 25 major arcana, 56 minor arcana, comprising 4 elemental suits of 14 cards. The major arcana does not use the archetypes generally used by other current and traditional tarots. However, it still embraces many common archetypes. So for the major arcana, they're broken up into 4 groups: the choice card, stages of life, reasons for being, and influences. And you will see, if you work with this deck yourself, exactly how it's broken up. I'm not going to re-break my deck up again to show you the separation here because I don't want to break my deck up. It's already a working deck. But she does fully explain those 4 places on the wheel, on her wheel of tarot. And then she also really lets you know the best ways to work with the deck. In the minor arcana, the traditional king and queen remain, but within each suit there is a figure that stands beside the throne. And you'll see that when you see the other cards. So the court cards are a little bit different. And it's really encouraging you to kind of break out of your box with tarot. This is an awesome deck for someone like myself who's been reading with cards for years and years now. And this really encourages you to kind of look beyond the traditional meanings that you're comfortable with and explore what it looks like to turn something on its head a little bit and to explore a new side of it. And so it is an awesome deck and guidebook for, again, a lot of journaling, a lot of inner work, and looking at things in a different way, encouraging yourself to explore something in a different way. So I really encourage you. I think, I'd have to say, working with this deck, it is important to read the guidebook through, even if it's just once, so that you have an idea of the unique structure in this deck, much like Tarot of Vampires, where you read Phantasmagoria and you have a new understanding and wealth of knowledge coming with how you work with the deck. And then from there, read intuitively. That's what I would encourage you to do. But definitely reading the guidebook is well worth it. And using your journal, really getting into stuff with this is going to be just so, it makes the experience so much more valuable and beautiful and powerful than just, using the cards without respect for the wisdom that accompanies them. So the guidebook is insane. It's beautiful. It's off the charts. It's right up there with Phantasmagoria for me. It's not the same as Phantasmagoria, but it's at the same level of awesomeness for the deck itself, for its own deck, not compared to Tarot of Vampires. As you can tell, everything about this appeals to my heart and soul, and so yes, I am in love with this deck. I can't say enough, and it's been a very personal experience for me working with this deck. I have not used it with other people to this date. I've had it for almost a month. It's been at least a couple weeks. And maybe just a couple weeks, I don't know, I've been using it nonstop. The only complaints I have are publishing complaints. My deck, when I pulled it out of the box brand new, had scratches on the back. Some of the cards were scuffed. And that was upsetting for me because it's a brand new deck. And I could see maybe 1 card, but 10 cards being like large scuff marks on them on the back, I was not impressed with that. That's the only complaint that I have about this deck. The deck itself is incredible. If you love The Messenger Oracle by Ravynne, it's going to be a powerful love affair with this deck. It's just beautiful. And you will see that the names of the cards have been changed. This is Union here. I love that the backing is black. It's just very ornate, but it gives, at least for me, this experience of like scrying when you look into that black surface and something magical happens. And so it's the same way with this type of background, for me at least, in working with these cards. And so I'm not going to be trimming these. But I know some of you will enjoy doing that, and it's a deck that allows for trimming for sure. It's just so beautiful. The use of color, like this image is just stunning. The use of color, of connection to this very earthy Celtic Fae energy is just beautiful. I love this deck. I knew as soon as I opened the box that it would just be right up there with Tarot of Vampires and Mary L. for me, as far as the sense of connection and just understanding with this deck. There's so much love. It's just an endless rediscovering and remembering and creating together. And so for me, this has been a really, really personal, beautiful deck experience. Like, look at this one. And again, I'm also really enjoying this idea of being able to shift the way that you read traditionally, to look at the meanings in a different way. And it's not that you can't go back to the original way at all, or you can't incorporate that, but to explore it in a new way. And really, this deck is encouraging you to not just talk a nice talk, but to actually walk the path. You know, and if you're going to really walk this path of authenticity and purpose and truth for yourself, there are times when the cards can really shine beautiful lights for you as far as where you are on your path. And don't like this image, I have to say that, but it's one of the few that I don't like. And this deck is a beautiful support system for that, for you to be living your authentic truth and being your truest self. It's going to call you on what you're avoiding. It's going to call you on aspects of yourself that you've forgotten or been hiding from. It's one that's really meant to be a companion on the journey. It's not just for divination. It's extremely supportive for journeying with the images, for path working, for meditations. Look at that. Love this image. It's one of my favorites in the deck right now. So this is that kind of accompaniment to the King and Queen, and in this instance we have the Counselor that we're looking at. And I'm going to stop pretty soon because I don't want to show every image in case you like to be a little surprised when you choose to purchase your deck. The deck is gilded as well, you can see. I love this image. I'll show you one more. So here again we have the Scribe. So this being part of the Minor Arcana. And the suits are arranged, as you can tell, by the symbolism elementally, instead of some of the more traditional names. Let's see, I'll show you one more. Okay, I'll show you that one. And this one. Here's the Queen of Air. It's beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, as you can tell, it's edged in gold. It's got some nice gilding going on. You know, the backings are going to show scuff marks and things like that as you can see the aces there, as time goes by. But I love black backings. I have like a thing for black backings, and not many people do them. So everything about this deck I just love. And even the size, the way they feel. The cardstock is nice and thin if you like thin cardstock. It's not my favorite type of cardstock, but I know for some of you, you'll be very, very happy about that. And again, the box itself is beautiful. It's one that I won't be recycling. It's one that I will be keeping for my collection. Ravynne has created a deck with deep intention, with incredible beauty, and with powerful, powerful magic. And it's a deck that I am honored to own and to be able to work with, and it's one that will always be in my collection. So I have to say that I highly recommend it. I do think you have to like the artwork in order to really work with it in a way that feels good and will be long lasting, because I do think that you come into that space with your intuition at a certain point where you need to be able to connect with the images or be provoked in a good way by the images. And so that is something to be aware of as far as if the artwork calls to you or not, especially if you're a visual person. But for me, the artwork is beautiful for the most part. I love her artwork. I have prints of hers at home, and I actually have a mandala of sorts on my bedroom wall using the Messenger Oracle, because the cards, I connect with them so strongly. So this is a deck that I will treasure and love for the rest of the time that I'm here in human form as Ravynne. So I highly recommend this deck. It's worth the little bit extra in order to purchase it. It's just beautiful. It's gorgeous. I wish that more people would be creating and crafting decks with the intention that Ravynne has done or has used to create this deck. I mean, there's passion and blood, sweat, and tears and love and divinity in each and every piece of symbolism and image that's been created in this deck. It's one that's just, you feel the truth of it when you work with it. So I highly recommend it. And like I said, it's right up there for me with Tarot of Vampires and the Chicoli Tarot and the Marielle Tarot. There are decks that I just feel honored to be able to work with and that I love working with. So this one does not disappoint at all. It's stunning. So I hope that if you are watching this, looking to see whether you want to invest in this deck, I hope that this video has helped. I won't be doing too many reviews in the future. I'm feeling, you know, I'm at a point in my path with tarot where I don't purchase a lot of decks anymore. And any decks that I do invest in really come with a great deal of intention and purpose. And, you know, your work with tarot, your path with tarot or with oracle cards isn't about how many decks you own or, you know, having a collection to rival someone else's. It's about using those cards to support you on your journey and to being true to yourself and to your tribe, to the energies that you work with, to your highest self, if you want to use that term, to Great Spirit. So, yeah. Won't be doing too many of these in the future, but this one I had to share with you all, and I know that some of you were wondering what I thought about it, and yeah, I definitely needed my time alone with the deck before I decided to share this experience working with the deck with all of you, but it's really, really beautiful and absolutely worth the investment if you feel called to work with it. It's one that, again, is going to stand the test of time and that you'll be able to work with for a long time to come. So, and I love Ravynne's work. I love her. I love the way that she depicts dragons. It's hard. There's not that many people depicting dragons really in cards, and so it's beautiful to connect with dragon energy in that way too, because I am someone who works with dragon energy quite a bit, so that's also a blessing. To see it married with the Fae energy is very unique also. So if that's something that appeals to you, this deck is chock full of that, so you will be very happy about that. So I am sending you all much love and many blessings. See you in the next video. Bye.